Have you ever heard the term wolf in sheep's clothing? Bad guys are smart, and this wolf is no exception. What's up, guys? Ryan here with Tampa Carry. This video is sponsored by Orient Metals. If you guys are not investing in gold and silver, you are nuts. My brother-in-law, he lives in a different country, which is why I can say this, but he literally has over 100 pounds worth of silver. If you guys are not investing in gold and silver, you are nuts. The values are insane. The returns on investment are amazing. You got to get into the game. I'll leave a link down below to Orient Metals. They offer some great deals for Tampa Carry viewers. Mention Tampa Carry when you're signing up. You're gonna get a free 1 ounce silver coin with qualified retirement accounts. All right, so my student, he's sitting at a red light here in Tampa, and there's a man, a wolf, walking across the street in the crosswalk. Now, you know, he wasn't paying much attention, right? He's kind of chilling, smoking whatever, changing his radio. And just as the bad guy got right up to the front of his car, the bad guy sprinted, ran up to the window, lifted up his shirt, and showed that he had a firearm. And then he demanded that my student unlock the vehicle. What would you do? Now, my student made a really good decision. He was the very first car at the light, so he floored it, ran the red light, and he simply got out of the danger zone. Now, obviously, he's here getting a concealed carry permit, so I asked him what he would have done if he would have had a gun that day. He said, I probably would have shot him. Is that the right thing to do? Let's ask ourselves the big questions. Number one, how could this situation have been avoided? You know, I don't really know if it could have been avoided. You're kind of at the red light, you're kind of stuck, which is really what that wolf wanted, right? And I think the only thing that the victim or my student could have done is he could have been watching and paying more attention to his surroundings and reading the body language, reading the pre-incident indicators that that wolf was definitely showing. But besides that, I don't think there's much way to avoid it, but he could have done a better job identifying the potential threat. What level of force could be used? Now, is it legal to use a gun when a bad guy brandishes their firearm? Yeah, it is definitely illegal. Because, in my opinion, by him showing the gun by lifting up his shirt, it is reasonable to believe there's a fear of imminent death. I mean, the bad guy has a gun. By him showing it, he is threatening to shoot or kill you. But just because we may have a right to legally use a gun, does that mean we have to? In my opinion, my goal is always to try to identify and avoid the violent encounters as much as possible. You guys know that. We talk about this all the time, right? So I really challenged this student. I said, if you would have pulled your gun out and you would have shot this guy, would it have been legal? Probably. If everything this guy is saying to me is true, then I would believe it would be a justified case. But you still got to go to court. You still have to worry about lots of legal fees on the criminal and the civil court case. You still have to worry about the penalty of a miss, so potentially shooting at the bad guy and missing, and maybe you hit an innocent car passenger next to you. Those are just a lot of consequences. So I said, you know, what's easier here? Is it easier to pull out your gun and kill that guy? Or is it easier to do what you did and simply floor it and get the hell out of that situation? I think that's the answer, right? Now, where is the line in the sand? Where is that moment that as soon as that bad guy crosses it, we don't have much of a choice? The only option left on the table is to simply pull that gun and get to work. In my opinion, it would be if he attempted to draw the firearm or to get the firearm into his hand, which is called in hand ready to use, right? If the gun's still in a holster, I still got a second before he can get it out that I can floor it and get out. But if he maneuvers to get the gun out, or even if he was standing there with his hand on the gun, no, you don't have much time. I think that would have been the line that I would just have to let it rip, because it's always faster to act than it is to react, and it really is based on who can make the decision first and get to that act stage, right? Please remember, sheepdogs, just because you have a gun and just because you have the ability to legally use that gun, it should never be our goal. Our goal is always to identify the threat as fast as possible, orient ourselves to that potential threat, and then make the decision of what we're gonna do and then act faster than that individual. And sometimes acting means getting ourselves away from the danger zone. If you want to learn more about Florida gun law, make sure you order a copy of my brand new book, Florida Concealed Carry Law. It is my #1 best-selling book because it's the only book I've ever written. But check it out. I'll leave a comment down below. I'll leave a link down below for you. Make sure you guys leave a comment. I want to know what you would have done if you were in that situation at the red light when the aggressor runs up and flashes a gun. Make sure you like this video because there's always a bunch of anti-gunners that like to dislike it. Oh, you suck. And make sure you guys subscribe. Thanks for watching, sheepdogs. Keep training and stay safe.